When we started working on this project, and we've been working on it for over 2 years, a group of citizens and administrators and teachers started working about 2 years ago on a facility study. And when we decided to go public with it, we decided that the best way to get the information out was tours. We can put it in brochures, we can write about it, we can state what the issues are, but we really believe that until you come in and see what some of the issues are, it just doesn't have the same impact. So we are trying to get through as many people as possible through the building. My goal is 1,000, and we're at about 365 now. And so we'll see if we get there, but I believe that if we could get 1,000 voters through the building, we would have our message out the way we wanted to go. So, the building was built in 1965, or I should say opened its doors in 1965. I think they actually broke ground in 1963. But opened its doors in 1965, so it's soon to be 46 years old. And with any facility or building that's 46 years old, we have issues. And when I talk about the issues, I like to divide them into two categories: infrastructure issues and programmatic issues. The infrastructure issues are the issues that you and I all know as homeowners. When something starts getting old and it needs to be remodeled or renovated or fixed. The programmatic issues are really education issues, though. In a building that's 46 years old, it is hard for us to run certain programs, and almost impossible with some programs. As I told one of our agriculture people that was with us on one tour, we talked about the fact that he's not driving the same tractor that he used 45 years ago, nor is he even farming in the same way as he was 45 years ago. And it's the
same grain base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same in education. Not only are we not using the same equipment, the same style, the same technique, but we're not even, education is not even in the same manner as it was 46 years ago. So as we go through the building, I'm going to point out to you infrastructure issues, but then I'm also going to point out to you the 6 specific programs in this building that are negatively impacted by the building itself. Since we're standing here, let me quickly talk about some of the infrastructure issues that we're facing. Number one, when we hired an architectural group to do a facility study, they told us that this building has good bones, that the group of people and their names are listed on that plaque over there, that when they funded this and built it in 1965, they did a good job. It's got terrazzo floors, it's got brick on the outside, brick on the inside, things that last forever. And so that's the good news. But with anything, forever has its issues. On the exterior of the building, we have some fascia areas that are actually deteriorating and crumbling. I think you've already noticed when you walked up, and if you didn't, when you leave, notice the cement work out there, the curbs, the gutters, the driveways, the sidewalks are all disintegrating out there. The front portico is leaning. We need to do something with the front portico. So those are some issues on the exterior. Second of all, the windows. The windows throughout the building are 1965 windows. They're no longer made, so when a latch breaks, a screen breaks, we can no longer replace the parts, plus they're horribly inefficient for energy efficiency. So the windows all need to be replaced. The third is the lighting. The lighting in the building is the original 1965 model, not good for the reading techniques that we use particularly today with computers, and very dim. And you're going to see that in some rooms, how dim it is and how poorly spaced it is. So that there are areas in rooms where you have actual dead space where kids don't get very good lighting at all for the work that they're doing. The fourth area is the plumbing. We have issues with plumbing all the time. It's backing up. We get sewer gas in the building. We just had sewer gas, whatever day that was, we had our last tour. There was actually sewer gas in the building for that tour. People could smell it. And we get constant backup because our plumbing is so old and needs to be, in some places, replaced, and in other places, dug down and found a new way to go. The next infrastructure issue is the heating and cooling, or the HVAC system, or lack of an HVAC system. When the building was built in 1965, as you will see when we go in the rooms, they had individual heating units in each room. That means that we can't massively turn it up or turn it down. Again, no energy efficiency there whatsoever. We can't control it in that manner. In the air, there was no air in 1965, air conditioning. And so what they did when they added it in, again, they put individual units, and when you drive by outside, you can see some of them on the ground outside certain rooms. And when we go in others, we put them on the roof. Again, no way to control it. Plus, we have major large areas that are not air conditioned. The hallways are not air conditioned, the auditorium is not air conditioned, the gymnasium is not air conditioned. So when it's extremely hot and humid, and you've got bodies going in and outdoors, and the non-aired areas run into the aired areas, it's very hard to keep anything cool in the building. The worst part, though, about our lack of an HVAC system is the air quality. And again, by walking through rooms tonight, you will be able to smell the air quality in some rooms. We don't have enough air exchange. We don't have enough fresh air coming in, and for that cycle to be taking place all the time. And there are some parts of the building where kids will develop headaches because of the odors in the room, because of chemicals or paint or items that they're using in that room. And because there isn't enough air exchange, it has an effect on kids. The last infrastructure issue is just what I put into a category that I call codes, rules, and things that we have to live by. When this building was built, there was no ADA, Disabilities Act. There was no special ed, no public law 94-142, and there was no worry about school security. You didn't have to worry about school intruders and school violence. All of those things have changed in the last 46 years. We try to do accessibility where we can, but we will see as we go through the building that there are areas in the building that are not handicap accessible. The library and the bathrooms, two kind of crucial areas in a high school. In addition, you will see that we have areas that are not secure. For instance, when you walk in the door, there is nobody that sees you. Nobody has eye contact on the front door. And we need to rearrange so that always the office can see who's coming in the door of the building. So those codes and regulations are things that bother us a lot. Finally, the fire rules, the fire laws have changed immensely since 1965. And even though we get grandfathered into many of those, like we don't have a sprinkler system, it doesn't defy the fact that we don't have a sprinkler system, and that fire is a major issue that we need to be concerned about in this building. So those are the infrastructure issues. Questions?
Do you see a dramatic difference in the lighting between here and then over at the middle school?
Oh, yes. Yes, you can walk just through the door, and it's amazing. It's amazing to walk in any other school after you've been in this school and tell the lighting does an amazing difference in making it spacious and open, and then the reading issues that we have.
Now, is the middle school, is that air conditioned?
Yep, the middle school is air conditioned.
So
the only place that's not air conditioned in the middle school is the middle school gym. The middle school gym is not air conditioned. And that would be part of our project, because the other gym is going to be attached, so both of them would become aired with the same process. All right, we're going to go on a walking tour.